Hello friends, I'm calling this video Google Docs Tips and Tricks, and I'm going to be talking specifically about using it in a way to make notes and write ideas down and make lists, that kind of thing. There are a lot of apps out there that are made specifically for that, and I haven't been able to find one that works quite as good as Google Docs for me. And I just want to show you some examples first of ones that even Google has, like Google Tasks. So if we look at the screen, there's all these different little strips, and it's cool. But I got a bit annoyed with having to scroll back and forth all the time, as well as seeing everything on the screen at the same time. That was a bit stifling because I don't want to see my grocery list on the same screen as my music production notes, that kind of thing. At first I thought it was cool, but then later I didn't like it. And then there's Google Keep, which it has its purpose, like take a note, like happy birthday, and then we can have a little. It's like Post-it notes, and I have friends that use Post-it notes, and they can work. But it also seems a bit like all over the place, and not as concise as having one document that has one purpose. There's also the Notes app from Apple that just comes with the Mac, and it's pretty good too. So we can make a note here, like also making a note, and then we can go back to it, and there it is. This one I find is useful if you're wanting to, especially on my phone, write down something super quick and dirty, and then later I'll transfer that information into something a little more substantial. So let's look at Google Docs in terms of what it looks like when you just go to Google Docs. So this is the main page they have, where you can have templates they've created. There's a lot of that. You can make a blank document. I basically never go to this page. I had to search for it just to find it to make this video. Basically, I do it all within the Drive. I just go to Google Drive, which is here, and this is all my stuff, and I can create new. And then on the left side here, you've got docs and sheets and all this kind of stuff. So I'm just going to show you the breakdown of some of my main lists. So I've got my notepad, which is my main to-do list. And it's really great for, putting things that have dates on them, in conjunction with using a regular calendar. But I find this is effective for just pinpointing on specific dates that I got a haircut coming tomorrow, that kind of thing. And also just any other things that I got to do, call my dad, or go on a bike ride or whatever. So I've got purchasing, which is basically my grocery list, but it's not always just groceries. Sometimes it's other things, I got to buy an iPad and whatever else. So I've got it separated by the type of store. And it's really quick for me when I'm out. I can just flip it open and then scan it and see. Then I've got blank paper, which is basically just the most miscellaneous thing that I use. I use it for often putting copy for making an Instagram or a Facebook post with the hashtag, so I can go into that, copy it. I can write it ahead of time and then go on my phone and then copy it from the doc and then paste it into Facebook or Instagram without having to retype it every time. As well, sometimes I'll just put a quick script in here or something. It's just basically anything that I just want to just write stuff down and not really care about it, the formatting or anything. It's very multi-use. I've got a wish list, which is pretty straightforward. I'd like to get a new lens for my camera, an Xbox controller, that kind of thing. I've got my song production notes, which I'm using it in a way where each of these song titles is a title, or it's a heading. So I'm using headings, and then what that does is creates little drop downs. So you can see here the songs that have no current things to do on them, they're collapsed, so I can quickly sort of focus on whatever is the song that I really want to work on. My video production doc is a bit more substantial, and basically what we're looking at is the video that I'm making right now. And what is special about this is I'm utilizing document tabs, which is over here on the left side, and you can like click these different things. It's like having a document within the document, like a folder is the file, and then within that you've got all separate, totally independent documents. It's amazing. I've wanted this forever, and I think they've had it for a long time, but I just didn't know what it was. And now that I understand it, it's making my life way easier for organizing and making videos, because before I would basically like make a separate document for each video idea, and then it would just be a million different files, and then I'd have to click and open them and close them, and it was very messy. So let's look at the formatting. So this is a pageless format that I'm using on these under page setup, which is under file. Yeah, so page setup. I'm on pageless. So you can go to pages and it just goes to like the normal view. But I don't like all the outline on the side, like all the white. I like page setup, pageless. And then the background color to be black, I find is easier on the eyes, but you can make it whatever you want. Like you can make it red if you want, which is like obnoxious. So yeah, let's not do that. But I think this is a really great thing. And then you just have to make your text white so that you can see it. So I also wanted to talk about that you can access it from any device, like an iPad or a phone. And it's seamless in the way that it's all integrated together. So for example, I'm just going to open the file that I actually have on the screen here, and I'm just going to start typing right into it. And then so I am typing a bunch of garbage now, and you can see it just appearing on the screen as I'm typing it on my phone, and vice versa. If I type it on the screen, it appears on my phone, and that's amazing. So the last thing I wanted to show you is that you can use this share and then anyone with the link feature and set it to editor. So the first thing is to like, it starts restricted, and then you go to anyone with the link right here, and then editor as opposed to viewer, because it'll default to viewer. Okay, go back to editor. So yeah, so anyone that has this link is going to be able to edit this file, even when they're not signed into my Google account, which is amazing. So I'm going to sign out of my Google account. And so now I'm not even signed into Google. Like you can see up here, like it says sign in. And I can literally type here, or whatever, if I can spell this correctly, happy birthday, and it's saving it in the document. And so this is great for like if you want to be on your work computer but not signed into your personal Gmail account, and be able to like update your notes or your grocery list or whatever you want to do, just by like saving the link in your bookmarks or having it like in an email, in your work email that you can just like click on and open it quickly. It's amazingly versatile. So I just can't say enough good things about this ecosystem that Google has created. It's really wonderful. So please like and subscribe, leave a comment if you have anything to say about anything that I have said. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.